Alright guys, time for some Instagram Q&A. So we'll do two questions. This one's from Get Tricked or Get Ricked. Get Tricked? I don't know. Anyway, he says, thoughts on how long you must be on GH to see muscle tissue grow. Let's say 6 IUs a day split, 3 IUs AM, 3 IUs before bed. So 6 IUs total, 3 in the morning, 3 before bed. How long I should be on it to see muscle tissue grow? I'll just talk about my first experience and what I thought was something happening at the cellular level, which would equate to maybe sarcoplasmic volume, so intracellular collection of fluids, minerals, all that stuff, glycogen, which would cause a more rounder, voluminous look. So for me, it was about month 3, so like 90 days in, maybe. Yeah, I'd say about 90 days in. So I started with these IP Yellow Tops, International Pharmaceuticals, and I didn't really notice much from those. I took 1 kit of those, 4 IUs a day, and then I switched to Riptropins, which I've talked so much about to ad nauseum. Took 4 IUs of those a day, and that's whenever stuff started to happen as far as visual noticeability. And I'd say around 8 to 12 weeks is whenever I just became really full, and my muscles felt really saturated and just pumped and voluminous. I remember looking at pictures. I hadn't seen myself from a picture standpoint, and then I saw a picture, and I just looked really round and dense and full. My body weight wasn't anything that it's never been before. I think I was off season, 260-ish, something like that, but I've been there before, but I didn't have this look, this visual, cosmetic, 3D roundness that apparently I achieved from the Riptropins. And it was about 2 to 3 months of consistent usage of 4 IUs a day. I think I was doing 2 IU split. So it was, at that time I was doing 2 IUs, might have been in the morning and then pre-workout, I think. I'm not 100% sure. It might have been, I know 1 dose was in the morning and the second one could have been either pre or post-workout. Nowadays I'd recommend pre-workout just because I think your GH serum levels will spike about 2 to 3 hours later, which is around post-workout window. IGF's elevated, so I think pre-workout's maybe a little bit effective, perhaps. Next question. So about 2 to 3 months of consistent usage. Super Steve CC, transitioning to TRT or coming off to ensure fertility is consistently working while still maintaining muscularity. Examples given: staying on TRT while adding HMG, HCG, Clomid, etc., versus going off totally to add these ancillaries. So I'll just speak on my personal experience with how I was still fertile enough to have a child that's on the way. The main thing that I can recommend to you guys that are trying to conceive would be, obviously we don't want to get off TRT. If we're on TRT, we want to maintain that because it makes us feel good. It makes us our vitality greater. It makes us feel like a man, not like the lights are shut off and our life's over, we're on low T and life's terrible. You don't want to do that. And some guys do have to come completely off. Now, the reason that you wouldn't have to come off is that you would have to go to a fertility clinic and do the old lame, go into the room, do your business, and then they will check to see what your sperm count is. And here's the thing: if you have some sperm count, like it's active, there are some live sperms in there. It's not like a non-detectable number. You can actually still stay on your TRT and then plug in the HMG, 75 IUs 3 times a week, HCG 1,000 IUs every other day, Clomid if you want, to facilitate even more spermatogenesis. So as long as you have some motility and some detection of sperm while on TRT or on cycle, you will be good to go, because that's what I was. They did say I was low sperm count, but I had some present. So that's the key, guys. If you're undetectable, unfortunately, you're going to have to cease the hormones, cease the TRT, and be miserable and get softer and less full and just try to activate your pituitary to try to get LH, FSH going again. So that is it, guys. Those are the 2 questions for the Instagram.